Hey, where are we at today?
We're by my new beehive. I got a friend, actually I was going to put a beehive in, or a few of them in, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, because I wanted something to pollinate my fruit trees, but I also thought it'd be good to have honey on the place. And so I found out there was a man close by that had a beehive, and I went over to ask him a few questions, and he showed me how, because he had 2 different kinds of beehives. He had the kind you normally see that are square boxes, and then he had this kind right here. And so I did a little research, and it just seemed that these fared better than the square ones, because they're having a lot of trouble with parasites killing bees now. And this one here seemed to be a better option. Now, this is called a top bar hive, and I can't even remember the name of your regular hive, but I'll take the top off so you can see how this thing's laid out, and hope there ain't a bunch of bees in there, because sometimes, from what I understand, bees, they'll smell old bees.
Yeah.
And they'll build a hive where bees used to have a hive, because you know, people that have beehives, I mean, that just happens. But anyway, I haven't even really looked at this thing too good, but these are your bars, and the bees will build a hive hanging down from here.
Right.
You know, and the bad thing about this hive, now this is really probably the best hive as far as getting the most amount of honey, healthiest bees. The problem is that this doesn't fit in a honey extractor. You know, those other beehives have a square frame in there, and you stick it in a honey extractor, and it spins it and heats it, and the honey comes out. This here, you pretty much have to take and just squeeze the honey out manually.
Wow.
But they sit up like this, and then you put the lid on it, and don't mess with it until you're ready to get some honey out. My hands have gotten so weak that I don't see myself ever messing with this thing other than initial setup.
Right.
We got a neighbor, just one house, the house next to ours, bordering ours, and I was talking to him about getting beehives, because I had seen a book at his house about beehives. And the other day I went over, and there was a beehive in his yard, and it's one of the square kinds. Yeah, so
wow.
I'm going to ask him to come over here and kind of, you know, just maybe he can take care of it. He can get the honey out and whatever, and he can keep it or he can share it. But this here, these bars, or these walls, are actually to squeeze down the size of the hive. Like if you got a very small hive, you don't want them filling this whole thing up. Somehow by restricting the space, it allows the bees to stay warm in the winter. And he actually gave me some other things. It's amazing how many of these bars he built. I don't know. It looks like he's got 2 different types, 2 different styles of bar in here.
Right.
But he also gave me some other things. Looks like more bars. They're in the house. And he gave me a board to screw down to the base. He said if you know you're going to have a really, really cold night.
Like tonight?
Well, no, like below freezing.
Oh.
Then you take and, as soon as you find out it's coming, you put that board down there to kind of hold in the heat and until you get a warm day again, and you unbolt it again. But he says, you know, you don't keep it on there all the time. Anyway, he's got these little holes, extra like corks to plug up holes so that you can kind of limit where the bees can go and how they enter the hive.
Kind of like a door.
Yep, that is what it is.
Oh, wow.
But this is really nice because, you know, you're not supposed to use pressure-treated lumber for bees.
Why?
Because it's got those toxins in it, you know, I guess copper and who knows, formaldehyde or whatever. But he said he tore down a barn somewhere and he got all the lumber out of the barn. It was 150-year-old boards.
Cool.
So we know they're not going to rot. Now, I can't put these in until spring if I put bees in here, but before that happens, I want to be able to come out here and mow all of this down with lawnmower so that I don't have to be coming anywhere around these bees for a couple of years, because I don't want to run a lawnmower by bees.
Oh, you won't be seeing me around this thing for a while.
In fact, at one time, years ago, not too
I
many
remember
years
that.
ago, yeah, I think it was this tree right here. I found a yellow jacket nest in the ground at the base of that tree
And Boo.
And so I decided that when I was cutting the grass, just to avoid this area until nighttime.
Yeah.
So I waited till it got so dark I could barely see out here. And I came out here and I mowed the grass by feel. I couldn't see what I was doing. And while I was doing it, I got stung. So bees can sting you even at night. They can find you. And then on top of that, I mean, I just ran off. I left the mower sitting here running. It ran out of gas over the course.
Oh, they'll chase you too. I know.
But I looked over and Boo Boo, he had his nose down in that hole.
Oh no.
And then he took off running. And that, I guess when he got back to the house, you said, "What's that in his nose?" He had a bee stinger right in his nose.
Poor little thing.
Well, anyways, that's my new beehive. Hopefully I'll get it set up soon. You got a stick? Give Daddy the stick.
Aw.
Come here,
He
give
used to
Daddy
play
the
fetch.
stick. That's a good dog, huh? Give Daddy the stick.
Of course, we're out here in the woods. Today's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, today is Thanksgiving.
So.
We had French fries.
And seafood, non-traditional. So.
Seafood.
Well, not seafood, but
Chicken
gizzards.
gizzards. Fried
Gizzards.
chicken gizzards.
I get it right. Well.
So this is happy Thanksgiving to all y'all people that eat the traditional meal of French fries and chicken gizzards.
Okay, reporting from our yard. Bye.
That good dog. That good dog.